Welcome, everyone. So I hope you are doing well and stay safe and healthy during this pandemic time. So today we are going to, first of all, give you guys a recap of what we've been doing here at Solv Protocol. It's been a very busy 2 weeks, and we do have some good news to share. The first piece is about our first and also the first in DeFi history, the bond voucher offers for Stripes Finance closed at 1.88 millions. So congratulations to Stripes Finance. And also a very big news and a very wonderful collaboration between WooTrade and Binance NFT platform is WooTrade is going to to build a long-term community using vesting voucher. So WooTrade is a solution that provides liquidity and faster trading speeds for cryptocurrency exchange platforms. And they are going to issue Woo vesting voucher through the Binance NFT marketplace in an effort to build a long-term community. So they are going to sell their vesting vouchers on Binance NFT marketplace, and the buyers of those NFTs can claim their NFTs and tokens via our Solv marketplace. So congratulations to WooTrade and thanks for their trust to use our service. And a very big piece of news for us is next month, 5th, Izumi Finance is going to issue a 5 million worth of bond voucher. So today we are also very honored to have Izumi's founder Jimmy here to talk about this issuance. So Jimmy, if you are ready, we welcome you to show us what this bond vouchers is about and what's your thoughts on it and some news about Izumi Finance. All right, if you're ready.
Yeah, thanks, Serena. Thanks, Ren. Hello, everybody. I'm Jimmy from Izumi Finance, and very glad to be here again. Actually, we did the IVO with Solv when we first launched our token and launched our first product, Liquid Box, in the 2021 December. And yeah, I'm very glad to come back again and to introduce some updates about Izumi and also about this bond offering. Izumi will launch its second product, EasySwap, soon. And our first product, Liquid Box, maybe some of you have remember, it is a liquidity management platform on top of Uniswap v3. Up to now, we have successfully attracted and also managed over 46 million USD TVL on Ethereum, Polygon, and Arbitrum. And we have also very honored to be partnered with promising products like Wu Network, BitDAO, and also Deep Horizon, and many others. And then we hope that maybe when Solv launch their token in the secondary market, we could also offer some efforts to help Solv to attract liquidity for their pool. And this is for our first product, Liquid Box. We have been one of the largest liquidity management platform on top of Uniswap v3. And that is a big step for Izumi in the last 3 months. And for our next step, you know that there are some chains without high capital efficiency DEX like Uniswap v3, like BNB chain. And we want to fulfill the gap between high capital efficient DEX to the chains without Uniswap v3. The LPs could earn more money, earn more trading fees with the same capital. And traders could enjoy a very low slippage when they want to swap tokens. So that will be a win-win solution for everyone. And it will also help the protocols who want to build their liquidity pool to save the emissions and save money. So less emission means the price of the token will be much stronger. So that's why we want to deploy high capital efficient DEX on the chains without Uniswap v3. Our first step for easy swap is BNB chain. We are also very close with BNB chain community and also their managers, and we will launch easy swap a very
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey Jimmy,
It
yeah,
sounds,
I cannot
yeah,
hear Jimmy as well.
right,
Um,
Jimmy. It seems your connection has broken. All right, let's
oh,
give him a few
it's
seconds to
okay.
reconnect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me just pin Jimmy through Telegram.
sure.
Yeah, let's just go ahead. Rana.
Perhaps while we are waiting for Jimmy, Ryan, you could tell us about the bond vouchers and the market size of why bonds is very exciting in crypto.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, before that, I would introduce a little bit about Izumi Finance because today it seems Jimmy is our guest, right? So
Correct.
yeah, Izumi, I personally so excited about what Izumi are building, and actually they are building a kind of a kind of LP tokens management tools for all the Uniswap users. But recently, it turns out that there's no Uniswap v3 on BNB chain, so they just found out they found out that they need to build a new Uniswap v3 on BNB chain. So it seems and they are not forking the Uniswap v3 code on BNB chain. Instead, they are building a brand new kind of smart contract to act the same function as Uniswap v3. That's why I personally so respect them because I think it's quite it's meaningful. Hey Jimmy, can you hear me, Jimmy? Oh
Oh, could you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah, sorry for the connection. Maybe sorry. Uh
Yeah,
so
please go ahead.
where do
Yeah.
you lose me? Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, please go ahead. So Ryan was just introducing Izumi's and your latest development. So maybe you guys can continue.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for everybody for waiting. And yeah, we have achieved a lot of milestones in the past 3 months. And in the next month, we will launch Easy Swap, a very high capital efficiency DEX on BNB chain. And that's why we want to make this bond offering to raise money to provide the initial liquidity on it. From Solv, we plan to issue 5 million US dollars bond, and we also get the liquidity providing commitment from like Kobo, like Huobi Capital, and also like Bybit and Mirana. So together we plan to raise 30 million US dollars, and we will offer a fixed income for every investors. And also we will try our best to provide more liquidity tools for the people who buy the bond. Yeah. So yeah, I could introduce to here, and maybe more details we could discuss later. Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for your introduction. So speaking of the new bond voucher issuance, I think there's a lot of things that Ryan would like to tell us about.
Yes. But before that, I want to ask Jimmy a few questions, especially for your easy swap because it turns out that there's no Uniswap V3 on BNB chain. And do you think your EasySwap can compete, capable of competing with like PancakeSwap? And what kind of advantages do you think you have compared to PancakeSwap or some other kind of swaps on BNB chain? Because I feel so excited about that kind of a products you gonna deploy on BNB chain, because there's no Uniswap V3 on BNB chain as we know, right?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think that's a very interesting view about the competition between like high capital efficiency DAX like Uniswap V3 to other traditional DAX who adopts the X multiple Y equals K model. And we could see the fact on Ethereum. Uniswap V3 without any incentive plan. We all know that they are very mean about their token emission. LPs could only earn the trading fees, but they have successfully attracted over 40 million USD dollars TVL. So sorry, 4 billion USD dollars TVL, and they has already occupied over 80% of trading volume every day. So people may say that, okay, Curve may have more TVL than Uniswap V3, but do you know that maybe even for the stable coin trading pair, Uniswap V3 occupies over 50% trading volume in stable trading pairs like DAI to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Very exciting moment. So I think Uniswap V3 proves one thing. If you could make your product very perfect and also with very high capital efficiency, only the trading fee will be enough to satisfy a liquidity provider's APR. So you don't need to give too much emissions, especially in the lasting way. Maybe you could give some emissions to bootstrap it, but you don't need to emission to give incentives to LPs because it's not quite organic. And that's what we see about the headaches faced with SushiSwap and also PancakeSwap and maybe BSwap in the BNB chain. Because the trading fees is not enough to provide high APR for LPs. So they need to give out Cake and BSW to their liquidity providers to let them stay. So I don't think it is a very organic way for the lasting development of on-chain liquidity and also about the DEX. So actually, we are not act as a competitor to them. Actually, we are come here to fill the market gap and to provide a sustainable way for the DEX and on-chain liquidity. Because every token needs on-chain liquidity, otherwise they could not be traded. So token will has no value. So, but like Uniswap V3, EasySwap could have 5,000 times higher capital efficiency than the traditional V2 model. That is the X multiple Y equals K model, like SushiSwap and PancakeSwap and BSwap. They all use. So with higher capital efficiency, actually we don't want to make a war about subsidy and emission. We just want to provide better trading tips for the users, for the aggregators, and also for the market makers. So they could trade with EasySwap's trading pair with the best trading tips, especially for the mainstream trading pair in the beginning stage, like BNB to BUSD, BNB to USDT, and like stablecoin trading pair. They will have the best trading tips and also best trading fee. So it could be a good place for professional market makers, so they could make their trade here to save money. And meanwhile, because of high capital efficiency, we just need a little bit liquidity around the current price, maybe just 1/10 of the liquidity compared with the pool, the same pool like in PancakeSwap or BSwap. So in that case, the same or the more trading fees will be distributed to less liquidity providers, so everybody could earn more. So that is the reason why we think we could create some organic way and also high APR reward for our LPs. And we will first just focus on mainstream trading pairs like BNB, like USDT, BUSD, and also Easy Token, of course. So we will not compete with them. We just see us as a very organic and lasting supplement to the BNB ecosystem. And we will use it as the fundamental. And together with our Liquidbox first product, we will use the AMM model in a very efficient way, together with our liquidity mining strategy and tools to help more products to onboard Easy Swap. So these products, they could use less budget to get a better trading dips. That will be a win-win solution for everybody. And for the existing trading pools, if they want to come to Easy Swap, we are always very open and welcome to them. But we will not make the emission war or incentive war. Like we will give higher emission or higher budget to attract them here. But actually, this could not help them in a lasting way. We are thinking about the future of on-chain liquidity, not just about the competition in the near future. So maybe our TVL in the first stage, like we issue the bond, we will raise $30 million USD, and together with some liquidity provider incentive plan, we will get maybe another several tens of millions TVL. So our first stage TVL maybe like 50 million to 100 million TVL. But actually, this will be enough to provide a very good trading dips for mainstream token trading pair, and also provide a very organic way for our liquidity providers. We hope that the trading fees together with a little bit incentives will be enough for everybody to be very happy to have a high APR. And actually, there will be very important factor we could pay attention to. That is the everyday capital utilization rate. And it is calculated as the daily trading volume to the ratio of daily trading volume to the TVL. You could see that maybe for V2 model, this ratio is around 10% to 15%. And Uniswap rate could reach to 20% to 30%. And for Easy Swap, we hope this number could reach to 50% every day. So it will be several times higher than the traditional DEX. So higher trading volume means more trading fees, and that will be good for liquidity providers in an organic way. So the capital efficiency is what we are focused on, not just about TVL or the competition in the market. So that's some thinking in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Awesome. So would you mind introduce a little bit about the bond issuance this time, especially the all the details about the bonds. So what, especially for the investors, how much APY they can earn, and what's the tenor, and what's the funds to be used, and kind of things.
Oh yeah, sure. For this bond offering, I'm very thankful for the support of Solv and also the community. Yeah, we provide a very safe way for people to invest without any impermanent loss risk. That means for the bond, you know that we will pay the interest and the principal when it comes to mature. So actually, the APR for like BNB or BUSD will be over 10% APR. And together with the incentive from Solv Protocol, I think it could be over, it will be 13% for the BUSD, and together and 15% APR for the BNB. So it is much more than if you just stake it in the lending protocol or in the BNB supernode to staking. And it will be at least 2 times higher than that. So I think the reward and incentive we come here is with our very good willing to collaborate with Solv community in the long way. So for the first time, this will be the highest time to buy the bond and enjoy the very high APR. And maybe in the next time, the APR may be a little bit lower. So just catch this chance. And the time for it is also not very long, just 2 months. So you could use this to keep your principal very safe and also get back the principal and interest when it comes to 2 months. And at that time, no matter whether it's bullish or bearish market, your principal will always be there together with the interest. You could buy the token in the dip or do whatever you want. And meanwhile, I think you could pay attention to the liquid mining on EasySwap. If you do it by yourself, you need to be honest, you need to cover the impermanent loss by yourself. And but maybe the returns will be higher or lower because due to the how much trading volumes we could get. You could watch this factor. And if you invest by Solv bond, I think it's a very convenient way and very safe way because we will offer the fixed interest, fixed rate of the APR, and that is also very high and also very attractive. Yeah. And we also want to use this way, this collaboration to explore some new ways for liquidity money in the future. To explore some ways to help the DEX to raise money and also to maybe to become an example to help bring more protocols and DEX who needs the initial liquidity to solve community. So they could use, I think that's a very good way to try. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jimmy, for the introduction of bonds and the liquidity ventures Izumi is exploring. And all right, just a recap about the new bond vouchers issuance. So the total value of 3 million BUSD and 5,000 worth of 5,000 WBNB on Solv IVO marketplace BNB chain. And this is also the first time the bond voucher is issued on BNB chain. And we offer 2 payment currencies for investors to choose from, BUSD and WBNB. And for the APR, for the Izumi bond voucher is 15% for investors paying in WBNB and 13% for those paying in BUSD. And I hope our investors can catch this opportunity, as Jimmy mentioned, because it's a quite high yield. And I hope this bond issuance going very well, and I'm sure it will set a very good example for our following issuance.
Yeah, and by the way, to be mentioned that all the money raised will be transparently managed and also managed to provide liquidity in EasySwap. So this money will not be used in off-chain way. It will be all on-chain and transparently to provide the initial liquidity, as in the as we said in this bond offering. So and also we invite Kobo, a very reputable custodian solution provider, and also the wallet provider to join for the multi-sig of the money. So all of them will be very safe in the multi-sig wallet and also be put into the EasySwap trading pair like BUSD to BNB and USDT to BNB. So the principal will be very safe, and if there comes like some impermanent loss and the trading fees will be not able to cover all the impermanent loss, that's fine because there will also be 2 times collateral in the pool. So together with your principal, there will be 3 times collateral. So it's quite safe. And also Izumi will to make 100% to pay off the interest and also the principal at time. So the money in transparent way and multi-sig with Kobo and also 3 times collateral and Izumi's reputation about it. And not too much money, just 5 million in the total of 30 million fundraising. I think yeah, so don't need to worry too much about this part, and we will make it as decentralized and transparent as we can. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's absolutely important, the transparency and the co-management, multi-sig, and also the on-chain credit system. Absolutely. So I think speaking of the on-chain credit system and the guarantee of the repayment, Ryan, perhaps you have something to talk about on this, and also it also related to the CDS, the service that provided by Unslashed.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, recently a lot of community members are asking us about the meaning of credit finance because I think it's a very it's a very excited question or problems in the space that we need to just solve or just tackle it. So I would just express my opinion on this. So as we can see, in conventional finance, debt financing is really it is a really a big a kind of market. It includes like bonds, like bank loans, like lines of credit. And recently, we can see these a markets is just emerging, and because we can see some other projects like that DAO, like a Porter Finance kind of products, they have invested by Dragonfly, kind of very big name in the space. So it seems now people are just taking just keep an eye on these debt financing or bond kind of products. So for our bond voucher, it's definitely a or absolutely one of the most exciting kind of products, and also it's the first live bond products in the space. So and why I say it's exciting is because it's really empower all the DAOs to tap into the credit a kind of a systems through these products. So like as we all know now, DeFi is dominated by collateral financing, right? But so when we want to borrow some capital, we have to collateralize our a tokens like BTC or Ethereum. So it seems it's not that efficient because not always we have enough collateral to to be collateralized to get liquidity, right? So as we know, credit financing, conventional finance works very well. So if you do have you do have your salary and you do have your ability to repay the loan, so why not to allow those of the people to to get that capital without collateral, right? So that's something we really need to do instead of just just like instead of the copycats of Compound or RV in the space. So that's why we promote this, we push out these bond products. And so we can see a lot of people are quite excited about our bond voucher products, a lot of DAOs, a lot of investors. So I personally a very excited about it as well. So and in terms of the credit, a kind of a system, a why bond voucher is quite related to credit system, because we always allow the all the DAOs or all the users to to mint a bond and sell the bonds to raise money without over collateralization. Because we do believe that if there is a DAOs, they do have they are credit worthy. So why not allow them to to just get rid of over collateralization, and then we can still make the investors be convinced that the borrowers would finally repay the loans. So that's the key. That's the key thing. So in the future for these bond products, we would definitely do something to just cooperate with some other parties to make sure that all the investors could be more comfortable when you invest into these bond products. Like first a thing we would do something like bond credit rating, because bond rating is very important. It's kind of a grade given to a bond by rating service that indicates its credit quality. So in the future, maybe some reliable parties would say, oh, the bonds by Izumi could be rated as AAA, then as a investors, you could deem this bond as a very high quality bond, because some very reliable and professional just give a ratings as your reference that is a AAA. And of course you can still do your own research, but now we have some a thing that can save our time, right? So that's the meaning of bond credit rating. So that's something very important in the space, right? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is CDS. So CDS, yeah, that's something maybe I will let a more to introduce more about this. But before that, I will just introduce a little bit about it. It's CDS. It's a refers to a credit a default a swap. So it allows an investors to swap or offset their credit risk with that of another investor. So like for the bond voucher case, we can take this as an example. We always worry about the bond issuers finally would fail to repay the loans, right? So as an investors, we are uncomfortable to invest such kind of bonds if we think the issuers won't repay the loan. So as the issuer, they can swap the risk of default to make the investors be comfortable. So what can they do? They can just buy a CDS kind of service from Unslashed, and who agrees to reimburse the issuer, reimburse the investors in the case of the bond issuer's defaults. So like finally, if Unslashed offer a CDS service to the issuer, it means that finally if the bond issuers defaulted, then as the investors, you will still be able to be paid out by Unslashed. Unslashed is a very good kind of insurance protocol that we have been cooperated for a long time. So that's something which called CDS. So that's the second thing we are thinking. And the third thing is Dow credit rating is also very related to credit system. It's so like DAOs that issues bonds and pay their obligations consistently will benefit from some form of an on-chain data-backed credit system that is fundamental to evaluating the credit worthiness of every DAO borrower. So if there is a DAOs, they finally repay the loans successfully, then why not we give them a very high DAO credit ratings? Because they act very well and they finally repay the loans. So although they can maybe just run away, so we always think they are very good DAOs, a credit worthy DAO, and the more bonds they issue, the higher credit they can get, credit ratings they can get, right? So that's also all about credit system. So through our bond voucher products, I really believe that it can open a new era for DeFi, because now we are still dominated by kind of collateral financing. So why not tap into the credit system to help people to raise capital in a much more efficient way? And also we can involve like Unslashed kind of CDS service to help us to just swap the default risk to some other parties, right? And to make the whole system work very well. So that's something in my mind, and I really believe that the bond voucher could be huge, because in conventional finance, the bond markets the size of it, it's around a $100 trillion. It's 100 trillion instead of $100 billion. So it's really huge, and only for Porter Finance kind of a competitor, they can their valuation might be at around maybe $15 million. It means that only for our bond voucher products, it could maybe at the same level of the valuation. Yeah, that's something in my mind. And yeah, Mar, would you mind to share something, especially the details of the CDS? And because Mar is my good friend, and he helped us design the bond voucher products together. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, Mark.
Thank you, Ryan. And yeah, I confirm everything that you said regarding the CDS product. The way we can look at it is basically it's an insurance on the default risk of the bond voucher or of the convertible voucher. So the idea is to say like there is at least not only in the early days, but there is a risk of default whenever there is a loan or a credit system that is in place. In order to attract people more easily and in order to be able to raise more funds, have more financing, etc., the different types of issuers could acquire an insurance product that is a CDS and offer it to the lenders or to the people buying the bond vouchers. And what this will allow basically is just to reduce and mitigate the risk while the credit rating is being built. And the idea is to get to a place where basically at some point in time, the CDS product is going to be so cheap that it's really interesting to have it. And it's the second part is to enable these loans or this credit market to be created on chain and the reputations to be in place, and also to cover some unpredictable risks. Like if you have like the smart contract hacks is not something that you can predict, even if you have a borrower who has a really great quality and who has the capacity basically of paying back their loan. If they get hacked, if there is an issue with their smart contracts, etc., it puts them a little bit at risk. So that's the main idea, and I think it's a very interesting product. That's another interesting product that we are collaborating with Solv on. And there are other, I think that there are other things between the insurance world and the financial NFTs that you guys are doing that we'll be able to develop and collaborate on.
Yeah, cool. And Mar, would you mind to share something that's upcoming, like the cases we are discussing, and how we can leverage the CDS service to help more kind of parties to raise capital?
Sure. So basically, what we'd like to do, like we were Unslashed, the Unslashed Foundation was the first convertible voucher issuer.
Yeah.
And what we'd like to do is basically to do the same experiments with the bond voucher that is going to come with a CDS or insurance-like product. So the idea is to have a product where there will be the bond voucher, and at the same time, the bond voucher buyer is going to receive an insurance or a CDS product. The market that this opens goes beyond DAOs or foundations or just things that are happening or projects that are happening within DeFi. Because basically it means that you could have bonds that are issued by entities that don't have tokens or that are operating. You can have market makers that could also use the bonds. So the lending market becomes more accessible while having this kind of product. And Unslashed, on the other hand, can take care of assessing the risk and making sure that the risks that is covered is not a risk of fraud or the borrower running away with money, which is a big risk basically when you don't have a collateral. So the idea for us is just to try to open this market by adding an insurance layer on top of it and allowing people to lend while being more comfortable in the process. It's kind of something that is a little bit in between pure uncollateralized lending and pure over collateralized lending. This is in between, meaning that there is no collateral, but you have an insurance that can kick in case there is a default. And it's a hybrid model that is super interesting in my opinion, and I think that could allow to crack the uncollateralized lending question.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. I really believe that there are tens of billions of dollars in the space that are looking for some risk-free investment kind of investment targets. So once we can add this kind of insurance layer to on our voucher, then I do believe that we can expand these products to more kind of a more bigger size of the capital, and we can maybe get like billions of dollars of trading volume, offering volume on our protocol through all contribute to the the insurance layer added by Unslashed. So that's something that I really believe. And yeah, we're gonna test the market, test the water together, and then just promote these products to more kind of a DAOs and more investors. Yeah, that's something in our mind.
Yeah, no, that's super exciting. That's super exciting, and defining this kind of risk-free rate is also a super interesting exercise, because basically we need to look at the market dynamics, understand the different players, and at some point be able to come up with a rate that is acceptable for different sides of the equation. So yeah, like it's like we are so early, and we have the opportunity to innovate and create these kinds of products. So it's super interesting.
Yeah, same here. Likewise. Cool.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for sharing your insights, especially our friend and guest Mar today, and your insights on CDS, and also about the adding insurance layer in not only products with tokens, but also perhaps entities that don't have tokens that can be benefited from this kind of new innovative finding the balance between collateral and credit, and definitely have huge potential on that part. And all right, so moving along, let's talk about the recent development progress of Solv. So just a quick updates on some of our supports on the new chain, new layer Arbitrum. And Arbitrum is actually, we just issued the Stripes Finance on the bond voucher on the Arbitrum. And also, we supported DeFi Llama as well, so users can now check about Solv's data on DeFi Llama. And also, regarding our IVO market, we now support historical data display. So which means you can find the historical issuance of different kinds of products in our IVO market. And also, our vesting IVO market now supports token release from purchase date. So it's become more flexible. So whenever a new investor purchases a voucher, it supports more flexibility. Also, we have our design upgrade and development regarding our bond voucher secondary market. And all right, that's about the development. When we talk about the community building, we had our last 2 community calls, once on Twitter Space and once on the Discord previous weeks. And we had our strategist and co-founder Mike talked about why Solv is transforming the smart contract. He mentioned one point. I think that's quite crucial for everyone or listeners today to have a revisit, which is we actually Solv team didn't add those features which are semi-fungible, visualized, account typed, smart, and composable. Those kind of features are or vouchers have currently, and those are not designed spontaneously. We actually direct and prioritize our innovations to approach with a very specific goal, which is to structure DeFi in every dimensions. Mike also mentioned those 4 dimensions, which are time dimension, space, account dimension, portfolio dimension, and tranche dimension. Basically, they are talking about our vouchers and our designs take into considerations of when to make payments and get paid, and who pay and who get paid, and also about assets composition and how to prioritize payments. So our products actually take all considerations into our design. We have a very bold hypothesis based on our product philosophies, which is once we cover all these dimensions, we can enable a common user, any random user, to create and trade any structural financial assets with desired traits. Hence, we can maximize people's freedom of finance. I believe that's definitely a very exciting Lego to add here to DeFi and crypto as well. And okay, that's about the first, the previous Discord chat we had. And we also hosted a roundtable with investor from Gumi Crypto, Miko, also one of our long-term friend. Mike and Miko actually talked about key features of Web3 digital asset, which was also a very interesting discussion. So one of the key points Miko mentioned was about his prediction about the new trend in the blockchain industry. Miko mentioned his opinion as the next trend would be infrastructure that is related to DeFi or NFT that could create developers' functionality, which means it could create a degree of inclusivity, openness, and freedom. So it's actually about financial inclusiveness to make everyone anywhere, anytime they can design their own financial products with a lot more flexibility that cannot be imagined in traditional finance or even in current DeFi space. Okay, cool. That's a recap about our previous community calls. And there's a announcement we would like to make is about our future community calls. We have a time changes. Please pay attention to it, listeners. We are going to change our community calls from Friday to Thursday, which already happens today. We will hold our future community calls 1 p.m. UTC in the future every Thursday. 1 week in Discord, 1 week in Twitter Space. All right, the last point here I would like to share is we are hiring a client relationship manager. If you are an experienced, result-oriented partnership professional who thrives leading cross-functional initiatives, passionate about what Solv is building, we are very happy to connect. You can email your resume to us or DM us via Twitter. So we actually like in need of a lot of talent. So we are open. If you're interested, please just connect us. We are looking forward to chat with you.
Yes, recently what we are focusing is a more on a bond voucher because we do believe that we can get some exponential growth through these products, and also we got a lot traction and progresses on cooperating with Binance because we have a cooperative with a Binance NFT together to help a U network issue their vesting vouchers again on Binance NFT a platform, and also we got like Binance custody together to discuss how to co-manage the assets which collateralized by the DAOs on our platform, and also like a Binance Labs they always help us a lot on like they are promoting our bond voucher products as a kind of a vision tool for Binance ecosystem to promote to allocates the capital to all the DAOs or all the projects they want to support. Like they can just lend millions of dollars to projects through our bond voucher solution. That's all the things that we are so excited, and also because we are moving very quickly, so we can see a lot of real demands in the space. So we really need talents to help us to promote the products together and to make it happen. So that's why and in the future we would just put more kind of hiring news in our community, and if you have any, if you are interested in it, just feel free to tell us. And I always in the general chat channel. Just feel free to ping me.
Absolutely, sounds amazing. Yeah, right. Contribute any way you'd like, maybe as an ambassador, community member, or you have special interest in certain areas. We welcome. So I guess that's all the news and updates from us today. If you guys have any questions, you can raise your hand and I'll put you on the stage. All right. So I didn't see any hands raised here, so perhaps you guys don't have any question for now. So, all right, if there's not anything else, I guess let's call it a day. Thank you guys for joining us today. As always, we appreciate your support. So if you think you are particular interest in some topics we talked about, you can always find more information in our Twitter. And also please stay tuned for the very soon upcoming on vouchers issuance of Izumi Finance. And thank you our guests, Jimmy and Mark, today for joining us as well, for supporting us. And we wish you guys a good morning, good day, and good night. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank
time, Mark, Jimmy.
Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank
Yeah, I
you,
really
Mark. Thank you.
appreciate that. Okay. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.